Yo, yo, yo. What's good? What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back. Welcoming you to Stormybman Live for this Thursday, June 11th, 2026. This is number 56 in the Stormybman Live series. And tonight's subject is the next up American heavyweight crop. Yeah. You see, in the meantime, while everybody keeps talking about certain welterweights and light heavyweights and lightweights that are still trying to figure it out. Remember, in boxing, it has always been said, as so go the heavyweights, goes the sport of boxing. And right now, America is struggling to get their heavyweight act together. There are other sectors of the world, from the far reaches of the UK, Australia, and other portions of Europe, Germany, that have seen men impose themselves on the division. But America is still trying to sort things out. And the latest crop of youthful heavyweights, according to Boxing World News, there are a few young men who can be looked at in the next coming year or so as ready to take the next step up to see what they can do to form some sort of contention. And some of them are more hopeful than others. And others still, we have seen as of late, bit off a little more than they can chew. And when we talk in that term, we're talking about Richard Torres Jr., former Olympian, just fought last month, where he took on Cuban fighter Frank Sanchez. And he brought an undefeated record of 14 wins, no losses, into the ring against Sanchez and was stopped brutally in the second round. So Torres, just as he was in the amateurs when he was stopped brutally, has shown a chink in his armor that he may not necessarily get beyond. And in the heavyweight division, that part of the armor is called the chin. And he found out very early in that fight whether it was a well-timed shot by Sanchez or recklessness by Torres Jr. Either way, he found himself on the receiving end of a devastating uppercut shot that just kind of took him out. And the world had a chance to witness this because it was on the undercard for Alexander Usyk's recent defense against Rico Van Herden. It was an embarrassing performance, to say the least, by Torres. And having gone into the fight brimming with confidence, whether he was feeling that Sanchez wasn't necessarily ready for him, or if he and his camp misread what Sanchez was bringing to the ring. It was a very bad night for Torres Jr. And he may take a while to come back to the ring, if he wants to come back at all, with such an embarrassing situation. He's going to need some time to mend and to build confidence back. But as we have seen, like over in the UK, fighters who are fighting out of other parts of the world, they step up right away. And I think that helps fortify them, because you need the stiff competition, you need the stiff sparring, you need the stiff coaching to bring you along in the sport of boxing. And if you don't have that, it's going to play a significant role in not only your development, but your performance and confidence and marketability. So it is something to take a look at. Torres' performance against Sanchez was not something that they had banked on, and the way it ended for him, it was eye-opening. I want to take a quick moment and acknowledge who we got in the building. We got a lot of people out here this evening. It's interesting. I haven't gone live in a while in the evening, and I don't even know when I'll go live in the evening again. I don't care about this too much anymore. Don't like it too much anymore. And I'm being very honest and upfront and direct with you about that. Growing with Soul in the building. What's happening? Adrian Viet, Eric Jordan is out there. Miss Van Houder is out there. Good that you're out there this evening, because we got something going on with your baby. Huh? And Mr. Van Housen, Mr. Cheeks is out there. Who else we got? Dale Ridd is in the building. Also, brother BFTB in the building this evening. What's happening with you? Okay, you're sending them over. I appreciate that, brother. Thomas, how you doing out there? I appreciate you stopping in as well. Salute to you, brother. We are broadcasting live on YouTube as well as the Rumble. YouTube simply because I wanted to throw a bone out there because there has been a little bit of a drop off. So just want to let people know that the storm still rages, huh? Yeah. BF says, smash the like button, y'all, please, even if you're not going to stay. It's free. That's right, brother. That's right. Appreciate you guys out there. What's that? Nugs is out there. I can't read the whole name. He says, salute OG. Salute right back to you. Tyson is out there. Says, shout out. BFTV pointed us to you. I appreciate that. Mike Mindset is in the building saying, salute, preacher man. Well, I don't know about that preacher man thing, but salute to you as well. Moody Treyweather in the building. Salute, salute, salute. Appreciate you guys coming out there. We're talking about heavyweights this evening. As an interesting article from World Boxing News did a profile a few days ago talking about the young heavyweights that we have to look forward to in the ensuing months and the next year as these young men try to pit their wares to move along from prospect to contender stage. And we need to keep our eyes out for them because some of them you have seen on the likes of shows like Zuffa Boxing, Pro Box TV. I do believe some of them have even been on the zone cards, you know, very deep on the undercards. And that's one of the reasons why I tell you guys consistently, watch boxing. You watch boxing and you will learn some things. And that doesn't mean that all that's required is to sit down and gain a lesson. What it means is that you get put up on something that you may not have been aware of or someone, and then you have something to look forward to as a result of the experience altogether. Remember that. Lone Star Stuff, what's good with you? Haven't seen you in a minute. King Style Productions in the building. Snoopy Mac is out there as well. Salute to you. Mike Mindset says, I meant Stormybman. My bad. Okay, I got you. Antonio MMA. What's going on with you, bro? Salute to you. Over there on Rumble, we got Marcus Walls in the building. Stephen L. The Mac. What's happening? Appreciate you guys being out there. LPRN in the building as well. Universal Truth. My brother Drew Titan in the building. And who else we got out there? I think I covered that. Oh, Mr. Shelton in the building. And salute to Will St. Clair as well. EJ says, 9 heavyweights. That's striving to become greater than they could ever be is a phenomenal thing. Becoming champion, world class, or undisputed is going to be a journey. Shout out to heavyweights getting it done. Appreciate you with that Rumble rant, EJ. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate that. Lone Star Steph says, grace, abundance, multiplied to you too, Sensei. Thank you so much. So Torres, you guys, who was front and center on the thumbnail piece that we have here. He suffered that big loss against Frank Sanchez. So it's interesting that they had placed his image there as the larger piece because he was the latest who was looking to take that mighty step forward. Now, some of these guys don't even have 10 fights yet, and others are moving right along and are ready to step into a place where greater consideration may be afforded them. And each and every one has something going for them. And we're just kind of going to go through, the paces of where we are with these 8 young men here. It's very interesting. One of the ones I want to start off with as we kind of revisit what was stated by World Boxing News. It says that as Frank Sanchez wiped out Torres with a devastating second-round knockout in Egypt, handing the Olympic silver medalist his first professional defeat, and abruptly ending a year-long rise that had seen many view him as the leading heavyweight prospect. The loss does more than damage Torres' record. It reopens a question that has lingered ever since Tyson Fury dethroned Deontay Wilder in 2020. Who is America's next world heavyweight champion? For a brief period, Torres seemed to be the answer. The Southpaw had overtaken Wilder in the WBC rankings and appeared on course for a world title opportunity. That momentum vanished beneath the lights of Giza when Sanchez separated him from his senses with a single shot. Heavyweight boxing has always allowed room for redemption, but the manner of the defeat inevitably changes perceptions. Torres is no longer viewed as the clear frontrunner, and attention now shifts elsewhere. Some of the current crop, such as Price Taylor, who you guys may see here, it's interesting when we talk about Price Taylor. He's a heavyweight that is, Price is 29 years of age. He has a record of 12 wins and no losses with 8 KOs. He's fighting out of Brooklyn and is 6'4". His alias, The Price is Right. We're going to find out, because sooner or later, Mr. Price is going to have to step up. His most recent fight was a win going back to, what was the date of that fight he had? The 9th of May, when he took on Atif Alberton. I'm sorry, he was on the undercard of Atif Alberton with Carlos Gongora. That was an interesting fight. And Price had an opportunity to be on that undercard where he took on Calvin Barnett. Now, their fight, it saw Price end up with a second round victory. Calvin Barnett was 34 years of age, and he came in with a record of 7 wins and 3 losses. To answer the question, I gotta pull my big screen up here because my eyes are a little bit bad. Price is second from the top on the left side. Kind of with his hair and some braids. Demazian is the first guy, and Price is right next to Demazian on there. That's the Van Houter's son, Demazian, and we'll be getting to him in a moment. But we're going to talk about some of the other guys because some of you may not be aware of these guys. I've seen about 5 of them over the past year. And it's really interesting because, again, when you're watching these cards and you see these young men fighting, they're opening the show sometimes, the second or third bout in, and it's like they're performing and you're like, oh, we got some heavyweights. And of course, some of them are in there against trial horses. Some of them are, stepping on in because they're staying active. It's a lot to going on, especially when you're developing heavyweights. Some heavyweights are trying to get themselves into a certain place of conditioning, and that requires them to be a little more of a frequent flyer, so to speak. But if they're hopeful, just because a guy can punch is not the end all there. You need someone who is going to listen to proper instruction and take on technical aspect of boxing, because being able to protect yourself, to keep your chin safe, because in the heavyweights it doesn't take but one shot a lot of times. So you have to keep that chin tucked, you have to keep yourself defending well, and you have to be able to understand that operating off of your technical proficiency is going to serve you very well. I would like to see a lot more of these young guys get back to some of the old school regimens of like road work, running, running. Because if you're putting in the miles, you will be able to go the distance. Huh? It's like that goes without saying. Because if you look at some of these heavyweights of today, and they are not in good shape at all. Huh? Some of them might have some, guns, huh? But hanging around on top of that band on the waist looks like buns, huh? Yeah, and you got to get on them about that. Now I'm telling you, this doesn't mean you got to be body beautiful, but you got to get that body in shape, man, huh? And it's important that these guys understand that. Let me see here. We got Thomas says, "Oh, I'm over here on Rumble also. Salute to you, Thomas, being in both places. We appreciate that. How you doing over there?" We got the brother 78 Sports TV in the building over there as well. Snoopy Mac in the building as well. What's happening, General? Man, I appreciate you having me on your show earlier. I enjoyed the conversation. I'm sorry I had to pop off when I did, because I was at work sneaking in a little boxing talk while I'm on the job, and that's always good, huh? But thank you again, and I enjoyed it. I didn't take any offense to anything. I enjoyed the conversation, how it was going. I just wish I could have contributed a little bit more. If you guys didn't get a chance to check out the General's live stream from earlier today, I was on there with some other brothers on there. Drew was on there. We talked some good boxing. I came in a little bit later in the show, but some good stuff happened. I actually reposted the stream's link on my post page on YT. So, yeah. Now back to these heavyweights, man. So, when we talk about guys like Price, you see, he may suffer something that a lot of the heavyweights that have come out of New York have suffered, being a big fish in a small pond. If he is interested in traveling, going outside of the country to get some work, get some training, get some cultivating and development, it could serve him well. I say that of each and every one of them on this show's card and feature, because the more that you can absorb and learn, the better off you can prepare yourself in matches and do your part in not only being exciting and taking the next step, but also get eyes on you. Because when you've gone over somewhere outside the country and you fought on a card and people say, "Hey, I saw that guy before. He's from America. He's from New York." There you go. See, just those guys who only want to fight in their own backyard, they will find when boxing begins to open up for them, they may not be ready to step through that door. We got a Cash App donation out there. We got Will Sinclair out there. He says, "You're much appreciated, OG." Thank you so much there, Will Sinclair, for your Cash App donation, my brother. Thank you. Let me see here. Trying to get this. Appreciate that. And also we got the Deacon out there. Deacon Dollars is in the building. He says, "Salute, Sensei." Thank you also for your Cash App donation, my brother. You guys are pretty cool coming in there, showing a little bit of support for Stormybman this evening with the Cash App donations. Thank you. Yeah, just trying to help you. Listen, I've always said I do my part, right? And while others are tackling certain subjects and everything, I can come back with my own thing and say, hey, this is what we're doing here, you know? But yeah, so as far as price, he, again, like I said, with that record, presently, he finds himself in a position 12-0, 8 KOs, and he should try to get on another card. That card that he was on when he took on Calvin Barnett. I'm trying to see who was that was Salita. So Dimitri Salita Promotions. And you know Salita does Claressa Shields fights, and you can see him usually on a Shields card. If I'm not mistaken, he may have been involved in a match where the guy fell through the ring a couple of fights back for Claressa. That might have been him, maybe not. But we look forward to seeing what he could do. As far as how I would rate him right now, I need to see a little bit more, okay? And I need to see him step it up a little bit too. Yeah, Adrian Vier said, yeah, some of them got that Pillsbury Doughboy waistline. Yeah, and that simply means that guys are comfortable. See, the real trainers will make you uncomfortable. They're gonna demand certain aspects of your performance. And that's not in the ring. That's your performance in getting yourself. You shouldn't have, the trainer shouldn't have to stand over you and say, go running and get your butt up in the morning and this and that. Some of that is supposed to be your dedication, but he can map out what he expects of you and have a guideline for you to follow, and you should be working and operating within that. And another thing, getting all of these additional people in your camp, like, you know, they have these fitness gurus and guys that, you know, all these individuals. No. You don't need your head coach and trainer. You can have a person that prepare your meals. A conditioning coach is okay, but you don't need a whole wellspring of entourage of people. But you do need people who are going to be dialed in and focused up on you. See, heavyweights are high priority commodities, and they need for people to be watching out for them. Now, another heavyweight on this list would be Jade Anderson. Now, when you see Anderson on here, he's the type of fighter that, you know, I watched him before. I think I saw him. What was that on Pro Box? Did I see? Yeah, Jardine. No, forgive me, guys. I'm getting my names mixed up. He was the opponent of Joshua Juarez. And that event where I saw them was on Zuffa. And that was on the undercard of Jai Opataya when he took on Brandon Glant. Now, that was, back in March. And Joshua Juarez, who is on this picture here, you can see Joshua. He's kind of a beefy sort. He's 15-0 with 9 KOs. He's 29 also. Alias is El Mago. He's fighting out of Laredo, Texas. Now, he's the bearded one down there, second from the lower row right next to Richard Torres with the beard. He's one of those that's a bit pudgy around the belt line, 258 pounds, but 6'1". You see what I talk about these guys being beefy? If you're going to be 6'1" in the heavyweight division, get down to 225, brother. Get down to 225 because it's going to serve you well being in better condition. That you well over 25 pounds too heavy. Too heavy. And I wouldn't let you get in the ring again until you were at least 235. At least. Because that means you put in some work to get prepared for a fight. Because it looks like anything that you're battling in between matches is the bulge. Huh? And that is a quick way to be up out of there. You're coming in there looking like the dough boy. Yeah. So that's what we need to see. We need to see these guys get in better shape and condition. 6'1" with a 75.5-inch reach. You're on the smaller side. You weigh more than Alexander Usyk, who came up from cruiserweight. That's nothing to be proud of. If I'm not mistaken, I think I saw my brother Freedom's March in the building. Salute to Freedom's March out there, man. Appreciate Freedom's March stopping in. He says, I got 0 notifications. Don't worry, bro. This was kind of a pop-up. I knew I wanted to do this because I had ran across this article talking about the young heavyweights. But again, I thought that would be a great segue for me to dive into having something to talk boxing about, because again, some people aren't focusing on the young heavyweights. So yeah. So Joshua Juarez is one, needs to get in better shape. And when I saw him on that Zuffa card, he looked like he might have some punching power, but you're carrying too much weight, so there's not enough snap on your punches. They're pushing, plodding punches. You get that snap, you drop that waistline down, and you can get that torque and that turn into your shots. It's very important because remember, the best of the heavyweights have always been between 6 foot tall and 6'3". Even though we got guys that's almost pushing 7 foot now, the best of the heavyweights throughout the history of the division have been between 6 foot tall and 6'3". Yeah, the best. I like to use Ray Mercer as a comparison because he could take a shot and he was strong enough to deliver a shot. And whenever he was in prime condition, Merciless Ray was a handful to deal with out there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that's kind of like what I want to say about those two guys. The next one we're looking at is Joshua Edwards. Now, Edwards is a heavyweight that's fighting out of Houston, Texas. He's one of the younger ones at 26. They call him the Rocket, huh? He's 6'3", and he's kind of along that Jared Anderson kind of type as far as the physicality. In his most recent fight, he went the distance against Brandon Colanatino, and that was on the undercard of a Golden Boy promotion. Now he's out there with, Oscar De La Hoya, but we know that Oscar De La Hoya and TG Promotions, Golden Boy Promotions, their fights are kind of on the zone now, so he'll get eyes upon him. But I'm gonna tell you something. This young man He could do better. He could do better. You know, I want to see him fight. His last bout was back in February. And that fight that he had, he went the distance with that guy in the 6th rounder, but he should have stopped that guy. I watched that fight because that was on the undercard of, what was that, Gary Anton? Was that Gary Anton that fought back in February? When he took on Andy Hiroka? Yeah. Anyway. But like I said, he's along the lines of this Jared Anderson. And on the images there, he's the one right next to Juarez at the bottom on the right, the far right. He's got the do-rag on. There's something going on with the Houston and Texas fighters that's similar to with the New York fighters. They got to come out of town, man. They got to kind of spread their wings a little bit, because you can become that big fish in a small pond. And then when you step up to another stage and level, the bright lights can get to you, or the fact that you're not in familiar and comforting grounds. You have to be able to expound upon that. That's why it's good for some of you guys to pack your bags and get on a plane and fly outside the States and see what's happening in boxing around the world. It will also prepare you psychologically. You be mentally aware, sharp of what's going on around you. His record is only 6-0 right now with 5 KOs. And as you can see at 26, they could move him a lot faster than they are, because with only 6 bouts and one fight this year, he needs to get busy. He fought 5 times last year and only once this year, and we're already in the halfway mark of the year. So he needs to pick it up. He needs to fight. So the jury is really out. I can't really grade him at all, because he's just, he's not active enough. Now, we have another young man on here that I have watched. Now, this one is very interesting. Very interesting. Ali Felix. This young man fighting out of Danbury, Connecticut. 7-0 with 5 KOs. He's 6'2" with a 76-inch reach. And you can see him just above the rocket on the far right at the top. This young man can punch. I watched him. He can punch. And when he hits people, he hurts them, but a little bit crude on his style. But 22 years of age, meaning that there's a lot of space for development. A lot of space for development. And it's going to be interesting watching him, because if he is able to get the right schooling, it's going to make a difference. sometimes guys can get lost in the shuffle because even a fighter like this, that's a young heavyweight, I'm trying to express this. When you know you got a guy who can punch, you got to double down and triple down on other technical aspects of his boxing, because you're going to eventually run into a guy who could take your punch. But when you can box, that befuddles people, because being able to box and punch, you've just created a conundrum that they are, again, they're on their heels during a match. So I really would like to see this young man get in there and start popping that jab and everything, and doing things behind from a technical vantage point. 22 years of age, he needs to be doing that. Jose Diaz is saying, Stormy, Frank Sanchez, he needs to go and fight Cabiel again. Yeah, but Jose Diaz, we ain't talking about the veterans, huh? We're talking about the young American heavyweight crop, huh? So what you doing coming in here trying to reach into the pool of the guys that are well known? Are you trying to sidetrack the show, Jose Diaz? You better sit down, son, because I'm holding forum here this evening. I didn't come on here to talk about your fantasy fights this evening. You got me? Understand? I hope you do. Especially when you come in late. Yeah. Yeah, why would you do that? Jose, you still my boy, but you know when you do stuff like that, Stormy gonna always point it out. It's what I do, huh? So sit back, drink your beverage, and listen up. Yeah. Now, as we move on down the line, huh? If that's okay with Jose, we're gonna talk about an older gentleman in this. You'll see him on the lower left, all the way to the end on the lower left, huh? John Cantrell. That's a name right there, huh? That sounds cinematic, huh? John Cantrell, the Iron Man, they're calling him, huh? Fighting out of Topeka, Kansas. Yeah. 36 years of age, huh? He got some years on him, you guys. But he's 17-0 with 16 KOs. I think that means he can crack, huh? But has he been in there with somebody who will crack back? I don't think he has, huh? Now, John is 6'2", and in his last fight, he knocked out Carlos Antonio Hernandez, huh? 4 rounds out of 10 scheduled. Now, Mr. Cantrell weighed 211 pounds, and Mr. Hernandez was 286 pounds. So he still punched through the blubber, huh, and got him on out of there. Now he's supposed to fight on the 13th against Matthew McKinney, coming up in Kansas. We'll see how that works out for him. But at 36, the clock is ticking, ain't it? And the interesting thing is this. Being 6'2", and roughly around 212, 215 pounds, something like that, you know, right there. That's that same status and stature that Evander used to fight at and Michael Moore used to fight at when they were there at their best at heavyweight. So again, didn't I say before that a lot of times guys can be within that 6 foot to 6'3" range and be really good and dangerous. I have yet to see Mr. Cantrell, only from some highlight reels, but he's out there and he's on this list. So you got to pay attention. Now, will he get on one of these other cards that will allow him to show his wares? We'll find out. But there's not a lot on him at this time except for what his record screams. And again, he's out there to compete. Now, Mr. Juarez, who we spoke about, El Magro, I talked about him, but we're going to move on to Dante Pettigrew. Now, Dante is on the right side of Richard Torres there, the dark gentleman with the beard. He's 15-0 with 10 KOs. He's also 36 years of age. He's 6'6" with an 81-inch reach. And he's fighting out of the Chicago, Illinois. Now, what I don't like about this gentleman is he's too damn fat. Too fat. His last fight, which was on May 29th, he was 282 pounds. It's too fat, man. It's too fat. I think the only road work this man may do is when he's running out to McDonald's or something like that. And if he feels that's an insult, come run and find Stormybman, I guarantee you I can outrun you because you ain't gonna catch me at 282 pounds plus. And that's only when you weighed in for your fight. So you're 300 when you ain't fighting. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about you. I'm gonna say these things because hopefully you'll get angry and get in the gym and hit the bag harder and jump rope faster, and maybe even do a mile or two more on the road work. But you need to do something, You need to push that damn dinner table back if you do anything. Now you're fighting out of the shot. So I know it's elevated food spots here, and I probably done seen you a few times in there. Didn't even know it was you, Probably had food all in your beard. That big old beard you got there, crumbs and everything all up in there. That's why you can't drop them pounds. Get in the gym and drop that weight, boy. You're too fat. Too fat, man. 36 and 300. You want to make 46? You see, these are the kind of things. Again, if you're a boxing coach and trainer, it makes a difference. It makes all the difference in the world. Now, his promoter is Bobby Hitz. I'm familiar with Bobby Hitz. And Bobby has had a few guys that have cut corners and haven't lived up to potential. More than a few. The fact that he's on this list concerns me because, again, being 300 pounds, just because you might hit somebody hard in the streets, let me tell you something. A well-timed and executed, placed body shot, and you're done. That 15-0 will be no more. I'm just saying it like it is. That's it. Just saying it like it is. You don't have to like it. It is what it is. You know? And sometimes these guys, again, the way that they work or don't work Everything makes a difference when you really get after them. Now, there's a young man on here that's a very familiar name. Last name I'm speaking of. He's just above Torres's head on the left side. We're talking about Federico Pacheco Jr. This is Diego Pacheco's brother. Now, Federico is 22 years of age. He's 6'5", and he's a bit rotund. They're trying to work him out. But he's 6'5", fighting out of LA, and he's tough. He fancies a record of 10-0 with 7 KOs. And though he can crack that weight, he's going to have to work on that. He's got to get better. He's got to get better. $237 is what he weighed last month when he fought Mario Lopez. That was at the Ritz-Carlton. And it was on the undercard of a Wednesday, May 20th bout, fight card by Golden Boy Promotions. Now, I will give him credit because that 237 brought him down from his last fight where he was 260 pounds, and prior to that, he was 271 pounds. You see, he made an effort, but he still needs to get down more. And he's 22, but 6'5". I believe his motivating factor is his brother Diego. Diego presents something to give him inspiration. And sometimes that's all you need, because look at the Benavidez brothers, huh? You got a lot going on there. Same, similar situation, you know? And again, this kid, he's tough, but he has a little bit of pop on his punches. And he looks to please the family honor and name. You got to respect that. But these are guys who are kind of all over the place. If you know, when I started the show, and I said you got some guys who are starting out, some are going to define where they're going to be in the next couple of bouts. Some we're still, figuring that out. And then you have others, which are like the final gentleman here that I'm going to speak on. And I did save him for last on purpose. Demazian Van Houter, the family friend, where we talk about the Van Houter family. This young man, just a few years ago, 2023? He was 154 pounds. Demazian is now 6'6", and weighed in at a strapping 228 in his last fight last month, where he stopped Rafael Murphy in the first round of a scheduled 8-rounder. Demazian is exciting. When I look at Demazian fight, I see in him what the UK people think they see in Moses Latuma. And it's funny because Moses is over there Demazian's over here. But Moses has pretty much been a big guy all his life. But Demazian is growing into his big manhood. And he's 6'6" now, and he's 21. What is he going to be when he's 25? You see what I'm saying? And he has retained the hand speed. He has retained the flexibility, and he's just growing. And he don't have that bun lying over his trunks. He's in shape, and he's growing. And I kidded Mr. Cheeks Van Houder, and I told him, I said, man, that grocery bill done increased, ain't it? And I'm still kidding him about that, because this young man, you know, it's like when you have a prodigy that grows, he's like 5'11" and he becomes 6'6", huh? And he's playing basketball. Now he's soaring through the air with a 47-inch vertical and everything. And everybody's like, wait a minute, last summer he was 5'11". He could still dunk, but now he's 6'6". Oh my goodness. Michael Jordan #2. Yeah. But Demazian is 6'6". He's got a 77.5-inch reach. And you know, still got that baby face. But man, he hit like a man. He ain't even got that full man strength yet. This is why I'm chuckling while I'm talking about him, because I'm not making fun of him. I'm impressed. I'm like, wow, you know, because there's a very high ceiling here. A very high ceiling. And out of all these guys that we spoke on here tonight, I think he has the highest upside. I truly do. And what I need to find out as I take observance of him going forward, and Van Houder family, you all are in here in the chat this evening, you can answer this. Is he receptive to learning? Because if he's receptive to learning, oh my goodness, the sky is the limit. And you may want to even consider adopting a little bit of Bill Haney's approach to getting him some of the most capable people possible as he goes on his sojourn. You know, it's like bring different people in to show them different things. You know what I mean? And most importantly, how to protect himself, huh? How to knock those punches down, how to evade those punches, keep that chin safe and protected, and let those punches glance off the shoulders and off the gloves, and take them into that place where refined technique is his basis. Because with that youthfulness and that still possibility of growing into something more phenomenal. Because if he's 228 right now, I can ascertain that probably by, you know, the time he's 24, 25 years old, he could be 240 pounds of everything he looks like right now, but it'd be at 245. You understand? And that's amazing. So, you know, I really am looking forward to Mazi. His record presently is 12-0 with 9 KOs. They're talking about putting him on another card with Zuffa very soon. And he's had the opportunity to travel a little bit and get some good training under his belt, which is always pleasant to hear. And I tell you that this is what we need. Okay, you guys are saying he trains with multiple people. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Intelligent Savage, what's good with you? I see you out there. Nug say, I'm surprised the heavyweight division hasn't lowered the rounds yet. The way a lot of these fighters are out of shape is wild, for real. Yeah, man. Listen, that's why if you're in there with a guy that's real beefy, you don't always got to get him out of there real fast. Make him tax himself. He'll fall down on his own, because he wasn't intending to be in there for 8 rounds in a scheduled 8-rounder. He was hoping that you'd knock him out in 2 or 3. By the time 5 come, he gonna be huffing and puffing and say, man, why won't he just knock me out? Sucker. You came in here with that extra belt line, you gotta pay. Here's another shot to the belly. Boom! Boom, 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 boom. That's what it is. Listen, you gotta have a little bit of a evilness in you, in the heavyweight division especially, no mercy. You came in there looking like that, They carrying sandwiches in your spit bucket. No, we ain't doing that, son. We ain't doing that. Okay, Miss Walken Vaughn says his strength and conditioning, his coach is top notch. Only been with him 2.5 years. That's great stuff. That's great stuff, Listen, that's why I look forward to, the possibilities with this young man. I know when I've seen some people who can, kind of impress, and then I've seen some people that they heap praise upon who haven't done much yet anyway. And Moses over there, they want someone to replace AJ. So they're looking at him without allowing him to really develop. This is one of the reasons why Frank Warren, he wants to put him in with certain names and everything, but he's worried about jumping the gun. Now, what's his name? Philippe Hergovic is supposed to be the next man up for Moses. Moses better be ready for him. And if he beats Hergovic, that's good. But then he has to stay at that level. I don't think that Mozzie is ready for that yet, but he could be very quickly because I've seen what he's working with. You understand? So, again, and that doesn't mean that Moses is where they think he is. It's like he's got to get there. Where they want him to be, they want him to be the guy to replace AJ. That's just totally honest. And see, over there, they think about stars instead of thinking about greats. Personally, I would like to see a fighter strive toward being great because that's going to make you a star. You could be a made star and never touch greatness. That'll go over a lot of people's head, but I ain't got time to explain that this evening. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Damazian, he fought last month. That Raphael Murphy dude, he got him out of there. A few body shots and had him, I think he squat like he thought he had to go to the toilet. And then that was that. But yeah, these are the new crop of heavyweights. Torres might have trouble with any of these guys on this list because of what he showed against Sanchez. And that's very unfortunate because there are still a couple of more type of fights that he could have taken, but they were really jumping the gun. And just because the WBC may have rated him above Deontay Wilder, let me tell you something about Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is one win away from scaring the entire heavyweight division again. because the way the man did things before he ended up with a first loss on this record, he has set pretty much the division on fire because he's very unorthodox with what he does. And he can knock your head into the fifth row. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, and those are the kind of things you just can't teach. A guy either has that or he doesn't. And see, they always marketed AJ as if he had that, and he never had that. If Deontay was in the UK and AJ was in America, Deontay would have been thought of like the next great heavyweight besides Henry Cooper or something, or Frank Bruno. If AJ was in America, he would have been playing for the New York Knicks or somebody like this. Like, but no, I just kid with that because I saw him try to play basketball, and the dude ain't got no basketball skills either. So I don't know what he would have just been, a fucking 6'6" fireman or something. I don't know. You know. Anyway. But yeah. Nugs, he says BLT bucket. Yeah, dude coming in the ring with a bucket, man, with a sandwich in there. Huh? You coming in there all pudgy and everything. These guys, man. Just go back and watch some heavyweight fights from the 90s. You see all them dudes in shape, man, with muscles and stuff, muscles in their back, muscles in their stomach. You see these guys out there today, you don't see no muscles in their back and no muscles in their stomach. You see flat, huh? Tyson Fury looked like SpongeBob SquarePants with boxing trunks on, huh? AJ looked like a bodybuilder, but his chin is made of china, huh? And what's his name? Daniel Dubois looks like Ken Norton from Drum, which I nicknamed him, huh? But every time you turn the heat up on him, he takes a knee. What's really going on? The iron-chinned juggernaut, Joe Joyce, who could take all the blows on the chin, finally had it cracked. And he ain't been the same since. He's finished, huh? So all of these dudes, it's like the division is ripe for someone to take it over, huh? So let's not rush Demazian. Let's let him develop, because when he get there, he gonna be standing tall. I'm telling you, the rest of them is just gonna be like, more tea, sir. Yeah. But listen, man, this is what I come out here to talk to you guys about this evening. The heavyweights, the young ones, huh? And you notice ain't nobody was talking about these guys, so I thought I'd come in here and say a little bit, you know what I mean? And put it down just like that. But we got at least two on this list that bear watching. And I look forward to the possibilities. I truly do. So just know that that's what we got going on in the heavyweight division. Before we get out of here, I want to let you guys know I'm going to run another one of my ads for some Stormybman merchandise. And, you know, consider picking yourself something up. If you're on the Rumble page, there's a shop button where you could click on the link there, and there's some Stormybman t-shirts waiting for you. The material is a nice heavy grade cotton tee. It's a very nice shirt. I got some. It's like, hey, get you something. The merchandise is awesome. Here we go. Yeah, just in case says, what about Jared Anderson? He's still young. What about him? Huh? He's still young. Yeah, you ain't forever young. And hey, he got Martin Bucoli problems. Last I checked, huh? Maybe he's still laying on their canvas where they fought. I don't know. Ain't seen him, huh? And don't care because he don't care. Why should I care when he doesn't, huh? So with that being said, I want to say thank you all for joining me this evening. Those who smashed the like button, the few that sent a couple of the Rumble rants and the Cash App donations. Thank you so much for your support. And we are gonna head on out of here. I want to say shout out to the Van Houter family. We are really awaiting more from your son, and whatever that is in store, we anxiously await to see what's next for the young man. I think he has a very high ceiling, and I will sit back and watch and enjoy. And I hope the rest of you can do the same and show that support for the Van Houters, huh? So this is it for me for this evening. I want to say shout out to the mighty LDBC, and we will catch you guys another time, huh? Peace to everybody out there, and enjoy the rest of your week, huh? Yeah.